Hey everyone. Well, the time came back in November of last year that this old Monogram built-in fridge that I have just wasn't cutting it anymore. It began having problems maintaining temperature during late summer, and this is not due to things like neglect because I keep the condenser coils clean in that thing. Anyway, this fridge has always had cooling problems on and off over the years, and it's usually due to faulty cold controls or a very poorly designed defrosting system that leaks water into the vent ducts and it causes moisture intrusion into the freezer and fridge. Now, to keep the refrigerator compartment cool, this unit relies on a damper to allow fresh air in from the evaporator fan in the freezer compartment. It's a thermostat damper, basically a spring, and sometimes it can just freeze open or freeze closed, and there's nothing that can be done about it. It's a factory flaw in this unit. A friend of mine's mother has one, and it constantly has this problem as well. I had to throw out more food than I care to, and that can get expensive. So as we came into the holiday season, I decided it was time to replace this turkey. Now, as far as removal and replacement went, it really just took about an hour and 10 minutes to haul out the old Monogram and replace it with the new Sub-Zero. And that included hooking me up with new water lines and a new water valve for the ice machine. Now, the model I chose is the Classic Series 48-inch side-by-side, and I went without any door dispensers or even in-fridge dispensers because I find those to be unnecessary complications. This is just a basic unit with an ice maker. What I like about these fridges is that they are not overly complicated. While there are electronics on this, it has the good old compressors and fan motors that have always been used in these units. And while these units are not cheap, they don't cost much more than a lot of their competition. A brand new Monogram is pretty much within $500 of the price of this unit. Now, there are companies like Samsung and LG who make built-in units as well, but I didn't feel like rolling the dice on one of those because I've heard about the reliability problems with Samsung and LG refrigerators, and we've all seen the videos and television news articles about the problems people have with Samsung and LG refrigerators. I mainly chose Sub-Zero because they're incredibly well made and are pretty much engineered to last 20 years. I know a couple of people in this neighborhood with older Sub-Zs, and they say that these machines are pretty much the best made. They don't really ever have problems with them. So we will find out here. Meanwhile, I'll give you a little tour of this unit. So we hope you find this to be helpful. Now this is a shiny and beautiful looking fridge and everything about it feels solid. It has the Pro style door handles which fit in with the solid theme. What I like about them is that they're easy to grab. You can see this here as we look at them from the side. Here's a look at the actual stainless and the Sub-Zero badging. And then we have the machinery compartment up above. This is where the water filter resides. As you move over, you've got the condenser and the compressors. And over here is where warm air gets blown out from the condenser fan. Now the unit is pretty quiet when running, even when there is a high demand for cool down, such as when it was first started up. Both compressors were running full bore, and so was the condenser fan. I'll give you a moment to listen to this. Now looking inside the fridge, there is a lot of storage both inside the refrigerator and, if we look over here, in the door. You see the shelves have ample space for everything I've got. Now the lighting in this fridge is great with no shadows at all. It features, you've got the upper diffuser there where the main lights are, but under each shelf you also have lighting. So you can see all that behind here, and it gives you even lighting on every shelf. And this includes all of the drawers down below. We'll give you a look at all that here. Now, as far as the cooling system goes, there are two evaporator fans, and you've got the evaporator down here behind the lower drawer. You can see its intake grate there. And it's located kind of down behind these drawers. There is a fan up here behind the control, up here behind the deli drawer. You can see the grates for it there. There's another fan up above the upper diffuser. But right now we'll take a look at the control panel of this fridge. You can see it tells you the status of the fridge and freezer compartment temperatures, which are staying where they should be set. And you can control pretty much everything from here. It's a little touch screen interface. You can control the ice maker, things like see what the water filter status is, and all of that. It's pretty cool. So here's one last look in the fridge. Then we'll switch over to the freezer. Looking inside the freezer, you can see again, you got a well-lit environment in here. There's lots of storage, and it's got that same great lighting setup with each shelf being lit up. And the ice drawer on this thing is nice and large. Take a look at that. It makes crescent-shaped ice. It puts out a pretty good volume of ice as well. The cooling system is got the evaporator down behind the lower drawer. You can see the intake vent for it there. And the primary evaporator fan is up here behind the main light diffuser, just like it is in the refrigerator. So with that, we'll close up the freezer. Now, I've had this fridge for about 2 months, and I'm pretty happy with it. It has kept food nicely. And here's an example. We had an apple pie that we had in the fridge that was put in during about Thanksgiving when we first got this thing. It took me about a month to finish that pie, but in all that time it never went bad. So with this great food keeping ability, I think this fridge is going to lower my grocery bill. I've already noticed that my power bill has gone down by $48 per month. So that's all pretty good. So with that, hopefully you enjoyed this kind of look and review of this Sub-Zero fridge. If you liked what you saw here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button because we will have more to come. And so with that, I'm going to thank you for watching and conclude this video. And with that, we will see you later.